No, right now. Hold on, one more. Yeah, grandma while they order. Get my part out. You're welcome. Let's see if the live is gonna come out. Oh, there we are. So I see some of you are tuning in on Facebook. Go ahead and say hello in the comments. And then I have some people that are actually in the Zoom with me. So I will repeat, I am So Basketball Jam, Jarrell got Twitch. So he is playing currently. So I'm still at the gym. I moved it up because of their times and practices, but here we go. Well, let's go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen to Affinity. That way you guys can see, and then we are going to get started. Please excuse the noise in the background. How are you guys doing this afternoon? You see somebody say something in the chat so I can see who is here. Jessica, are you still on the Zoom? Let me see. Anybody wanting to join the Zoom, I will put it down into the, I'm going to put it in the comments. Anybody wanting to join the Zoom? Oh, there we go. Hey, Ava. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Cece. So anybody want to join the Zoom, there is the Zoom link. Hey, Alicia. Otherwise, you can stay right here on the, I did drive into the group. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. We'll make this real quick. I'm going to grab my rectangle tool and create myself a background. And let's go with a tannish color, just to go with that retro theme. Happening for a hot sec while I'm working. Okay, thanks, Tasha. Hey, Latoya. Right, then I'm gonna grab my artistic text tool, and we're just gonna type in. Let's go with that 70s show, because that was the vibe that I was getting off of that design when I did it. So let's go with that 70s show. And the font name, I got this off of the font, so let's see if I can remember. I don't remember the name, so I'm gonna have to go search for it. Let's see. Hopefully I'll remember it when I see it, at least. That's not always the case. I am not remembering the name of that font. So let me go search my downloads so I can find the font that I downloaded. Hey, Ashley. You guys know what? I don't even. All right, let's just pick up a nice retro font. Something thick, something kind of scripty. I'm gonna go through my list one more time. Oh, we might go with the super black. Let's click on that one, and then if we can't find a better one, if we find a better one, we'll switch it out. What's and then when I think of the name of the font, when I figure it out, I will drop it into the group when I post a picture. Hey, officers. I don't know who that is, but hello, welcome to the live. All right, and this one's gonna be super quick because really, once you guys see it, you're gonna be like, really, that was all? It is super, super simple. A couple drop shadows, and that's it. All right, so let's just go with this one here. I'm gonna shorten it, but I want to thicken it up a little bit. All right. All right, perfect. And you guys can hear me okay? So let me pull in, I'm gonna pull in my retro font just because I want to pull in the others. I'm starting to think I wasn't even on this computer when I did it, so I can't find anything. All right, so we're gonna pull in this font or this image so we can get our colors from it. Crop that out. I just want colors there. All right, so let's head and change this to be the same color as our background. Then we're gonna add a black stroke to it. Go ahead and make our stroke 1 just so it shows up. Then we're gonna go down to effect. And we are going to click on, and I'm in my layers panel, and I'm gonna click on outer shadow. And I'm gonna click on this here offset tool. As you can see, when I zoom in, it gives me an arrow with 2 little lines. So I'm gonna grab this, and now I can drag shadow wherever I want it to go. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead on and put that shadow right there. Turn the opacity all the way up so that way it is not see-through at all. And I am going to leave it as black for now, okay? Hey, Zanita. So now let me zoom out so you guys can see. Click on my move tool. Now that I have that layer with the shadow, I am going to create a second layer. So I'm going to do Control J, which is a shortcut, Command J if you're on a Mac, or you can right click in this panel and hit duplicate. Okay. Here is This one is on top. I want to grab the one that's actually on the bottom. As you can see, it has the shadow on it as well. I do not want the shadow on my second one, so I'm going to turn the shadow off. And I'm going to pull this layer down, and I want the fill color to be red. So this is my color. And I do not want to stroke on this one. So now I'm going to go ahead and position this just for my drop shadow, trying to use about the same angle. If you have on your snapping dot and you notice that your word keeps trying to snap a certain point because it's getting close to one of those nodes, you can turn your snap off by clicking off up here on the magnet, and then it will give you freedom and you can put it where you want it. Usually when I get it close, if I need to move it just a little bit, we'll use the arrow keys on my keyboard, so that way I can move it, you know, one click at a time. Let's zoom out on that one. And I'm gonna rename this the red. And this one is the top layer, so I'm gonna rename it top. I like to label mine just so I know which is which. I'm gonna duplicate this, so right click and duplicate. This is gonna go below, so we're gonna make this one the teal color. I'm gonna grab that layer. I want the fill color to be the teal color. Hey Pasquale, hey Billy, hey LaKendra, hey Robin, hey Devonna. And then I'm gonna zoom in again, and I wanna drop it off about the same distance as before, but I wanna come down just a little bit. I'm gonna make one more copy. So right click, duplicate. And this one will be my yellow layer. So let's go ahead and grab my color picker, pull out my yellow font and fill it with that. Zoom back in, drag it off, okay? Remember, trying to keep it going the same angle and the same distance each time, okay? So now I'm gonna go back to my top layer. And remember, I originally put my drop shadow as black just because I needed to see how far off the shadow was. So I'm gonna go back to my FX tab, or I can click on the FX here and just open up the tab there. And I'm gonna use my color picker and I'm gonna use the blue. So I'm gonna fill it with blue. Okay. Let me close that one out. I was in my effect panel here. So this one there is blue. And as you can see, I have a slight shadow there. So let me grab my outline and make that blue as well. Okay, there we go. I can actually thicken up my stroke a little bit. So let's just say make it a 5. Send it back. Okay, and as you can see, 5 is a little bit too much because it took over my red layer. So I'm gonna bring it down to about a 3. And let's actually make it a 2 there. Okay. There. Okay. Now I can leave my font the way it is right there, but if I want to create a little extra pop to it, okay, because I want my words to stand off of my background. So I'm gonna go back to my layers panel and I'm gonna grab my yellow layer since it's at the bottom, and I'm going to add an outer shadow, okay? I'm gonna change my blend mode to normal. Not a little bit. My radius. Into just a little bit. Bring this down just a little, just to give it that slight shadow. And then I'm gonna bring the opacity down because I just want it to look like it's popping off of the page. I don't want to give it like another outline. And then looking at my yellow layer, I do want to move it over just a little bit. So 2 clicks over and about a click or 2 up, okay? With my blue layer, I'm not liking the way that the drop shadow is looking here, so I'm gonna go in and adjust a little bit. So go back to my effect, click on that offset tool, and let's move it. Wrong layer. Let me click back on my top layer. And then go back to effect. And let's just slide that layer in just a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. Now also gonna add to my top layer. Let's go to our effects panel. Making sure I'm not missing any questions. And let's add a bevel to it. Make it stand out just a little bit. And if you want to change your layer color on the top, you can switch it, flip it to that dark blue color, makes it pop out just a little bit more, and see the 3D effect. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down to about a 7. And I'm going to grab each layer and give it a bevel. I'm just going to make it a little bit less than the previous layer. Make this one a 1. Okay, just to kind of get that 3D effect if you want. Right. Now I'm going to grab my rectangle tool and I am going to make a 1/2 inch angle. Let's fill it with blue. Okay. I am going to hold down the control key and drag up a second one right above it. And let's that one to our red color. And then I'm going to duplicate that. So Control J. And let's change it to our teal color. And then duplicate that again, turn it to our yellow. Okay. So I'm going to grab all 4 of these. I am going to use my alignment tools. Here you see when I grab all 4, they come up here. If yours don't come up into your toolbar, you can also see alignment button here. And we are going to align them all horizontally so they're lined up. Click apply. If you want, you can group them together so that way you can move them all at once. So right click and group or Control G. I'm also gonna flip it because I want my blue to be on the top. That's just personal preference, it doesn't really matter. And then rotate it there. And then I'm gonna stretch it out until I feel the entire sheet, okay? And I am lining up the 2 middle colors here on the edge, and then I can go over to the top. And slide this. Once I get the 2 arrows to slide it, I can tilt it so I can get those 2 colors at the top. Now I want to take this layer. I can click and drag all the way to the bottom, or I can use my toolbar up here and push move to the back, which means it goes behind my rectangle layer. So I want to move it up just 1. Right. Oh, I forgot to change this back to regular. Hey, Regina. Hey, McCree. All right, so boom, there we go, right there. That is our retro font. Now, again, just like we did before last or 2 weeks ago with our airbrush font, if I wanted to go in and change the wording, I would take my first layer, change it to party time. Whoops, undo that. First, I want to make sure it's centered. and then change it to party time. And then I'm gonna click my second layer, make sure it's centered, change it to party time. Make sure this one is centered, and then you're gonna do the same thing, so on and so forth. So once you get everything lined up, where you want it, how you want it, colors right, you can save it as a template. So that way when we come back to do another design, you already have it saved up. So now I just went there, I'm gonna grab all of them. I can make it bigger. And now I have a font that is set up and for me to go to make a retro party theme. So with this, I would be thinking like a 70s party theme. You want to put this design on chip bag, party favors. If you want to turn it into a t-shirt design, you could also do that. You can pretty much use it for whatever you would like. Anybody have any questions? I told y'all this is gonna be real easy, but that's just one way to practice with your color picker tool, way to practice with your font, way to practice with your offset. I hope I can read. Yes, this one will stay up in the group, so I will keep the live there. I didn't record, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to save it and take it to YouTube if I need to. I have a few things in mind. Oh, at least look, she already thinking about it. She already thinking about it. So again, if you want to go, let's see, let's do this. And let's flip it 45 degrees. And let's say I want to add in, to kind of give me like a cross hatch design. But I need this one to go down below, so I'm gonna move it back one. Okay, and then if I want to add some separation between my two layers, I can click on the layer that's on top, grab my effect, throw in the outer shadow. I like blend mode of normal. So let's kick up our radius, kick up the offset, and kick up the intensity a little bit. We can bring up the opacity some. And that's going to give that separation between these two layers here. Okay. I can also, I'm actually going to take my bottom layer, which was my effect, and I originally had my offset going to the bottom, my shadow. I'm going to move it up to the top if you want. Increase it a little bit. Since it's sitting on top of the words there, you can get that separation between the two layers. So where you put your shadow is totally up to you. And you just move it by using that angled bar. Again, you can also type in a number if you don't want to see the lock number. But let's see that one. I can even have it coming all the way out like that. I mean, there's much that you can do with this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I do want to take I'm gonna put this blue layer, and I'm gonna add a shadow to the top side of it. Bring it down just a little bit. Just to that separation from the top and the bottom. Grab this yellow one. Add the shadow there. And there you go. Let's see, I have a question in the chat here. I have to rewatch when you did the line design, but I have an idea. Oh, perfect. So, and if you want, you can group all of your text together to kind of keep it uniform. So you're gonna go right click and group. So now all of my text together and then my two sets of lines are together. I like to group as often as possible because then when I'm trying to go through and look for my layers, I can open up one section at a time if I want to instead of having all 25 layers at once. So thank you guys for joining me. This is probably the fastest live we ever did. um, and if no one else has any questions, hey Jessica, then I will go ahead and post this live to the group for replay and create homework assignment. And oh, I need the giveaway for the last one. I need to do the giveaway for the last one. So let me stop this share and let's share on Facebook. Okay, so let's do a Facebook share. Hold on. All right, so let's go into the group. So I'm going to go, so hopefully if you follow directions, it will be very easy for me to find yours because it will come in the hashtag. So let's go ahead and search hashtag epic airbrush. Epic airbrush. Click enter. All right, so each one, I'm gonna go and grab the name, copy it, paste it into our wheel of names. So if you use the hashtag, this is why we ask you guys to use the hashtag, because when it comes to the giveaway or any type of, you know, thing like it's easier for us to find them. I will tell y'all, y'all was showing out with the airbrush. And the next one that I have planned, I'm excited about that one. There we go. I'm just going through. If you use the hashtag, it is going to come up and I'm going to just grab your name, throw it on our random wheel of names for this giveaway. Like y'all was up in here. Y'all was trying to get ready for Juneteenth and everything. Listen. Lisa said she wasn't playing. She said she was turning in 2 homework assignments. So that's all that we have for those 11. So make sure again when we do a hashtag for the challenges, make sure you use that hashtag so that way when we go back to find them, and again, it doesn't matter if capitals, it doesn't matter because it is all capitals. As long as it has that the correct spelling, the hash will come up. Okay. So in the comments, go ahead and let me see what emoji try to drop in the comments. I don't know, just drop something in the comments. Let me know y'all ready for me to send this wheel. Something, just drop something in the comments. We ready something. Let me shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Pick this winner. The winner will get a $25 gift card to Images of Ink website. You go purchase some glitter, samples, whatever you want to get off of the website. Look at, oh, she said, we ready. We ready. All right, I'm gonna shuffle a couple more times and let's spin the wheel. Oh, congrats. That was the closest. That was like super, super, super close. It was like right on the line. But congratulations to Rhonda Davis. She is our airbrush challenge, our epic airbrush challenge winner. Rhonda, please go ahead and inbox me your email and I will get your gift certificate over to you. Congratulations to Rhonda Davis. All right, so this one right here, another 1 day challenge. It shouldn't take y'all that long. It's gonna be super cool. Get those retro fonts in. But I mean, you can change up the color scheme however you want, but get those in. The hashtag is gonna be epic retro. That's gonna be the hashtag for this one. I'll go ahead and post that in the group as well, so that way you guys have it. Thank you for hopping in. I'm gonna be scheduling the next live here real soon because I'm excited about this next one. So y'all have a great rest of your Friday, and I will see you guys later.